Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. The Samsung Galaxy range, historically guilty of churning out a huge number of plastic fantastic phones across price points. This is 2015 though, and the new Samsung is all about design. And with that, I introduce to you the £320 Samsung Galaxy A5. Drawing from the inspired design of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and the Galaxy Alpha, the Galaxy A5 has a metal frame and a pearlesque back. It's also just 123 grams light and 6.7mm thin. We'll tell you a bit more about it, but first, let's look inside the box. Lift the lid and you reveal the phone. Underneath it, there's a quick start guide and a few other bits of paper. There's a power brick, a micro USB cable, and headphones. Right, now back to the A5, and the 720p 5-inch display takes center stage on this thing. It's accompanied by a 5-megapixel camera above it and a physical home button below it, bookended by 2 capacitive buttons. It's got a metal frame and flat sides, the same kind of finish as you find in the Samsung Galaxy Note, and that leaves it feeling very nice and expensive. The right side sports a power button and the card slots, nano SIM and micro SD. All the ports are at the bottom, that's a 3.5mm jack and a micro USB connector. The left side is where you'll find the volume rocker, while around the back you've got the 13-megapixel camera, the flash and the loud speaker. In a break from Samsung tradition, the A5 has a non-removable back cover. This actually leaves it feeling like a more cohesive unit than the Note 4. Truth be told, it's a win across the board design-wise, at least on first impression. We'll let you know how it fares with daily life after we've reviewed it for a week or two. Jumping onto that screen, and it's 720p Super AMOLED spread across 5 inches of display. The 294 pixel per inch resolution is fair, though it's a pentile display, and for anyone who doesn't know, AMOLEDs, when they drop below 300 pixels per inch, can look a little bit bitty, and indeed the Samsung Galaxy A5 does. It is nonetheless bright, lively and deep, with a protective layer of Gorilla Glass over the top. As for the interface, it's TouchWiz on top of Android 4.4.4. It's a version found on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 with Flipboard briefing. You've also got the ability to change your transitions, and it supports multi-window as well. It also borrows from the Samsung Galaxy S6 interface we saw at MWC, allowing for themes long overdue and very, very welcome, especially on a mid-range device. The high-resolution cameras also seem to do a good job. The 13-megapixel camera around the back packs a flash and an f2 aperture, and pictures look good. It also shoots full HD video. We would say the output from both are teeny tiny bit dull, but that's just on first impression. We haven't actually lifted them off the device, as we only just got it in today. As for the front-facing 5-megapixel camera, it's an f2.4 aperture and it defaults into beauty mode. Once again, the results are also pretty impressive on first impression. While the loudspeaker does seem pretty easy to cover up, generally for multimedia, this looks like a winner from the offset. You've got a lot of memory on board, you can get a lot more memory on here. It's got a nice big bright display as well, and Android means you've got loads and loads of movie applications, as well as Spotify and other apps that can get loads of media on here, as well as games. And we already know
the Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor paired with 2GB of RAM will be able to play most things you throw at it.
Was I speaking too quickly there? Okay, I'll slow down. That's a Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 processor inside, paired with 2GB of RAM. There's also 16GB of internal memory, and it's expandable by 64GB. The A5 also has Bluetooth 4.0 as well as 4G, Wi-Fi and a GPS on board. Rounding everything off is a non-removable 2300 mAh battery. Spec for pound, the Samsung Galaxy A5 doesn't offer the best value out there, but when you account for the high resolution front and rear facing cameras, a generous amount of internal memory, and of course that really premium design. Never thought we'd hear those words coming out of our mouth about a mid-ranger from Samsung. We're definitely impressed with what Samsung has done here. Like I said though, I've just got this in, wanted to share my initial impressions with you. Check back for the full review in the coming weeks. If you've got any questions about it though, anything you want me to think about before I do post my full review, fire them in the comments section below. If you like the video, click that like button, and of course if you like BTech, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. That massively helps us out. Also, we've got a new look website, so check that out and you could be in with a chance of winning some very cool competition prizes. Thanks for watching BTech.